What's good, boys? Just want to show y'all with my cute ass little pup right now. But yeah, I just want to show you guys in today's video. This is the exact entry model that's made me 45K in payouts so far this month. And I'm literally 2 winning days from requesting another $30,000. So this month is going to be $76,000 in payouts. Let me show you guys. Okay, so here's my payout history on Apex. I'm going to refresh the page. Once again, no LARP, no fucking bullshit. Y'all know I'm fucking the realest in the fucking industry. Check this shit out. So these are all my Apex PA accounts. We can start all the way at the bottom for this month. Y'all can see here, June 1st, got approved for a 15K payout across my 10 accounts, paid just like that. And then June 17th, so like 7 days ago or whatever, I requested another 15K payout, which got approved on Apex. So on Apex, I'm up 30K in payouts for the month. Also, I'm gonna show y'all real quick on my Tradeovate. These are my PA accounts. You can see my balance is like 54,000 on almost all of them. And on these, I'm like 2 winning days away from another 20K payout on these, because I'm going to request 2K per account. So literally that's going to be around 50K payout in Apex this month. And I'm going to show you on my Lucid dashboard. So I'm going to go to payouts real quick. Y'all can see here on the screen, right? This is the approval date. These are my Apex. These are my Lucid payouts for the month. I'm up how much? 16K on Lucid for the month. So far I've withdrawn 46,000, 30K on Apex, 16K on Lucid. Refresh the page for y'all so you know I'm not no LARP shit. Once again, boom, like that. And then my topstep live account right here. Once again, I'm a live trader on topstep. My balance is 18,800 and I'm 2 winning days away from requesting half of my balance. So that's going to be like a 9K payout. So I'm 2 winning days away on my Apexes and my topsteps from requesting another $30,000. So that's going to be $76,000 on the month. Now I just want to start this video off with some proof. Now I'm going to show you guys the exact entry model I used to make all this fucking money. This video I'm about to show you is a leaked module for my one-on-one mentorship. Once again, if you want to apply to my one-on-one mentorship, you can apply with the link down below. You can either book a call with me or join my Discord and ask me questions in the mentorship application. This is the section right here. All you do is go to apply now and click that button, and then you're going to be able to text with me one-on-one. No, this isn't a fucking bot that's texting you. It's really me that's going to be texting you and replying to all your messages. So guys, get ready for this absolute sauce. Once again, this is an advanced course module for my one-on-one mentorship. Once again, this is really for advanced traders. If you're a beginner starting out, low-key, you're really not going to understand a lot what I'm saying. But if you're kind of like intermediate to advanced ifvg trader, everything I'm going to say is going to be like the missing piece to your puzzle on turning you into a profitable trader. So let's get it, boys. Watch this leaked module, and if you learned something new, comment down below. Once again, this is the most sauce I've ever dropped in a YouTube video in my entire fucking life, so get ready, watch the shit. Once again, this is how I made all this fucking money this month. No bullshit, no LARP. Everyone, welcome to course module number 10. Module number 10. So, all right, let's say we get a manipulation leg that looks like this, right? Us tapping into a 15-minute gap right here, fill a 15-minute con, and then we get a 1-minute ifvg. Bang, like that. Take your entry stops at the lows. Really, really nice. So this is our trade, right? Now, one thing we have to note is the internal high right here, because there's the rule. All right, there's a rule. Can't take ifvg if it sweeps internal. Okay, this is a rule. Now, for example, right here, if we inverse but sweep out this internal high right here, this is still valid to take. Okay, this doesn't constitute the rule. The way the rule is enforced is if price looks like this. Like that, bang. Now we tap into the 15-minute. Here. And then let's say we have an inversion here. Now let's say we inverse it all the way up here, okay? Now let's say, fuck it, all right, this high is all the way up there. Even, let's say this high is all the way up there. This high is like there. All right, let's say we get it inverse here. But at this current point, we already took out this internal high. So it's invalid. Now usually this inversion right here occurs on like the 5-minute time frame. So this is more along the lines of like a 5-minute inverse, right? And we close above an inverse above that internal high, invalid. Once again, if it's on the 1 minute, this is more valid, okay? This is also highly discretional, so I'm gonna make a note. Highly discretional, okay? But if you're taking one of these entries here, this is invalid, and this is valid, okay? Now, that's just a little note I want to talk about there. So you can't take ifvgs if it sweeps the internal. If the structure looks like this, that's perfectly fine. If the structure looks like this, you can't take it. Once again, shit. If we form something like here, 5 minute, and go like this, bang, you can't take this entry. We already took out the internal. It's invalid, all right? Took out that high. The only time you're able to take internals is when it's a low time frame, like a 1 minute or something. That's when you can take internal sweeps, because then you can consider that CISD. Here on the higher time frame, this could also be constituted as just a straight up liquidity sweep to send us lower. All right, some sauce, some actual sauce. You need to fucking remember this right here, boys. This is fucking important. This is not no bullshit. All right, now next thing I'm gonna talk about, other rule, is highest time frame in the leg. This is pretty self-explanatory. I feel like on the one-on-one calls I've talked with everyone about this. I'm just going to put in a module here. So once again, let's draw this out nice. Right over here. Let's draw this out. Okay. Let's say this is our pullback, right? And in our pullback, there's a 1 minute gap. In our pullback, there's a 2 minute gap. Okay. What do we wait for? Wait for the 1 minute? Do we wait for the 2 minute? Well, I'm going to ask you, what's the highest time frame in the leg? Now, what's the leg? What does the leg mean? The leg means the most recent leg that caused that manipulation sweep into the PD array of interest. The most recent sweep causing that manipulation into our PD array of interest. All right? PD array of interest, most recent sweep. This is the leg. Within this leg here, there's two fair value gaps, the 1 minute and the 2 minute. What we have to look for is the highest time frame in the leg. So what we can do is wait for this 2 minute, bang, and we can take our entry. Now what you can also do, if say this inversion is slightly weak, is wait for the 2 minute to close above this 2 minute gap, then wait for the 1 minute to then close above that gap. Then you can take your entry. Highly discretional. Once again, boys, we're getting into the nitty-gritty discretional aspects of this model. We are not talking about no bullshit, fair value gap, liquidity sweeps. No. We're talking about the nitty-gritty bullshit that you're going to see occur in the market, and you're going to have questions on it. So my job is to answer all those questions right fucking now. Sometimes we're going to see we take a 2 minute gap here. And this is also why I was getting some questions in the live trading this morning about like, yo, like I'm looking to code the model. Brother, you cannot code this discretion. This is why an algorithmic trading model will not work for our current strategy, right? That's just simply how it goes. So right here, right? Let's say we inverse this 2 minute, but there's like a fat, let's say the 2 minutes kind of small. Like this is this scenario. 2 minutes kind of small. And then there's like a fat 1 minute there. Low key, I'm waiting for that 1 minute to inverse, bro. Low key, that's what I'm doing. I'm waiting for that. That's my entry. All right? That's just how it goes, bro. All right, let's say now, for example, we have a 2 minute and then we have a 3 minute. All right, we inverse the 2 minute, but we didn't inverse the 3 minute. Once again, wait for the 3 minute. Pretty simple. All right, now I'm going to talk about 5 minutes. 5 minutes are very, 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 very interesting. All right, as y'all can tell, I'm off right now. I've been drinking this fucking energy drink. So, I'm going to go in depth on this because this is going to save y'all some fucking cash. All right? 5 minute. What do we need for 5-minute inversions? These are slightly different than any other inversions. Why? Because they need a very, very particular type of structure. Okay? Let's say, for example, here we inverse that 5-minute gap, and it looks clean on the 5-minute. But in analyzing this further, let's do like this. In analyzing this further, right? If we examine this on a lower time frame, like the 1 minute, it looks like this. Alright? But then we inverse the 5-minute. You cannot take that entry. This is shitty as fuck, bro. This is hella stacked LR at your stop on the 1 minute. So this right here is like the 5-minute, right? And then this over here is like the 1 minute. If the 1 minute looks like this at your entry, you cannot take that. Hella LR at your stop. Even if the 5-minute looks clean, the 1 minute looks like shit, you cannot take your entry. For 5 minutes, you need obvious V shape. Even on the 1 minute. Like that. Bang. That's valid. Okay? If the 1 minute is fried, you cannot take your entry. Simple. That's 5-minute sauce right there. Alright? Now I'm going to go into last in the leg. We talked about highest time frame in the leg. We discussed 5 minutes with 1 minute. Now we're going to talk about last. So let's say there's a 5-minute here, and there's another 5-minute there. You cannot take this inversion. How many times do I have to say it? You cannot take this inversion. You have to wait for what? The last highest time frame in the leg. The last highest time frame in the leg. Not only the highest time frame in the leg, but the last highest time frame in the leg. So you're going to have to wait for that 5 minute to also be inversed before you take your entry. Like that. Bang. Alright. Now I'm going to talk about V-shape inversions. These are the type of inversions you want to be trading. The type of inversions that are 3 candle sequences. Say this is a 1 minute gap. V-shape inversion is a 3 candle sequence where, okay, let's draw this out. So this is here, and then this is there, like this. And this is there. Okay, like this. It's all going to make sense in a second. Alright? Then this is our fair value gap. Okay, this is our fair value gap. 3 candle sequence. What you want to see, this next candle go like that. Like this. Bang. 3 candle sequence inversion V-shape on the 1 minute. These are the highest probability inversions in the market. Straight up. Y'all seen these before. Y'all know these. These are the highest probability inversions in the market. Obvious V-shape inversion. Obvious V-shape inversion. Very, very obvious. Alright. Nice. Same thing to the downside, by the way. The 3 candle sequence inversion. 3 candle sequence. ifvg is the highest probability ifvg sequence within the market. Okay, do I have to say anything more? No, the fuck I don't. Simple. Don't overcomplicate this shit. Once again, that goes here. V-shape inversions, strength inversions. Once again, you don't want to see your inversion. Right, you don't want to see your inversion. Wick like this, bruv. You do not want to see that. This is bad. You want to see something like this. Without sweeping that internal high right there, like. This. Bang, beautiful inversion. That's what you want to see. Not no bullshit. Not like nothing like this or like Like that? Fuck no, bro. You want to see a clean ass inversion. Alright? Now. Let's get into some fucking sauce. Give me a sec for the sauce. Hold up. Alright. Sauce. Targeting unmitigated M5s in the leg with low time frame FEGs. Hold up. Y'all ain't ready for this shit. Y'all are not ready for this shit. Alright. Alright, let me pull up ES2 right here. Alright. Bang. I love this shit, bro. I love teaching this shit. Alright. Fire. Fire. I want all y'all to be fucking posting on Instagram and shit when you get profitable too, bro. I want all y'all to be making these same type of course modules. I want all y'all to have students, bro. I want all y'all to be winning, bro. I want all y'all to launch a mentorship. That's why I do this shit, alright? Alright, so let's make this a 5 minute, alright? So, sauce. Targeting unmitigated 5s in the leg with low time frame. Hold up. FEGs. What do I mean by this? Well, the current manipulation leg is this. Now let's say we tap into that 15 minute, go higher, leave that 5, go lower, internal stop hunt, right here, internal stop hunt, and then get a 30 second. Bang! That's your fucking entry. Boom. What do? Target that 5 minute as your break even point. Like this. This is break even. Bang, like that. That's your entry right there. Absolutely beautiful. W risk to reward. What else can we do? Let's look at ES now. ES has that 5 minute. Alright. Let's say, for example, we go a little deeper in the gap. We go higher. Add to the liquidity in the move. Go lower. ES does the same, but ES sweeps the low. Right there. NQ doesn't. SMT. Like this. Hold up. Like that. ES sweeps the low. Alright. What do we do here? Rejection block on the 1 minute. Bang. Tap 50% of that rejection wick. Bang. Bearish 30 second. Boom. Inversed. Boom. A plus. Boom. Holy low time frame to the M5 ski. Over here. SMT that hoe. 30 second. Boom. Sauce. Okay? I want all y'all to be... Do y'all understand this? Rejection... This is a... Okay. Let's try it out. This right here is a rejection wick. Or a rejection block. So it's an RB. RB. Okay? What does it look like on the... Let me draw it out. Bullish candle. Leaves that wick. Once again, this is there. Alright? Once again, RB. Price comes down. 50%. 50%. Looks to go higher. SMT. Boom. 30 second. Bang. That's your entry. Boom. Let me take a photo of this real quick. And then this is NQ. This is ES. All right, let me take a photo of this. Nice. 15-minute con. This is what I like to call the godly 15-minute con. This is the fucking bread and butter. Alright, nice. So let's write this here. Boom. Study. Let's drop narrative. Price goes up. LR. LR. Top. Center. Nice. ES. LR. Creates an M5. Break-even point. SMT with the rejection block. 30-second. Inverse. Boom. 30-second inverse. Bang. Absolute beautiful of a trade. Of course, align this with high time frame narrative. Let's go like this. This is the zoomed in picture of that. Bang. Let's go, boys. This is what y'all want to see on the regular. Alright. Exposing my entry model, Money Max's entry model. Here we go, boys. This is the ultimate fucking sauce. Now let's get into advanced scenario on ES. Let me delete this. Wait. Take a fucking screenshot of this, boys. Take a screenshot of this motherfucker. Take a screenshot. Let's go. Let's go. Alright. And this is making sense. You're on the right fucking path. You're gonna be rich as fuck. Trust. Alright. Now, let's talk about over here. So, basically, from this current point, this is going to be a little bit of an advanced scenario, all right? Because what I talked about in the sponsorship video is that the best manipulation and the best distributions come from both NQ and ES, both distributing from the same exact point of interest, okay? Let's say, for example, right? This is a 1 minute inverse. Right here, 1 minute inverse. Bang. But you look at ES and what's happening with ES. By the way, I'm fucking fired up right now. I love this shit. Okay? Look at ES. ES edged that 15 minute. Okay? Let's say this inverse is actually kind of ass. Like down here. Let's say this inverse leaves like a wick. Like this. So it's a weak inversion. Okay? This is a weak inversion here. And ES edged that DOL. ES edged that point of interest. Okay? Weak inversion, ES edged that point of interest. What we can expect is most likely this is going to fail. ES is going to go lower. NQ is going to go lower. We respect that rejection wick. Put in an SMT now. Holy sauce. Put in an SMT. When is this SMT confirmed? Not with a 30-second inverse. Not with a 30-second. But with a what? An inversion with a CISD. Bang. Now you have to look for a CISD. Right here. Top right. A CISD above what? That failed inversion. Okay? Because this 1 minute is holding us from going down. So you need to look for that rejection wick entry with an SMT, with a CISD entry, with a strong inversion. Like that. Like that. Boom. And that's your entry right there. Okay? What else am I going to talk about? Blah, 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 blah. That's important there. You need to see that occur. Okay? What else am I going to talk about now? Okay, so yeah, we're seeing this occur here. This is what you want to see. Some fucking sauce, boys. Holy fuck. Okay. Now, let's say we inverse like here. Okay, and ES taps. Okay, wait. Okay, another one. Just remember this shit. Okay, let's say ES doesn't hit the 15 minute, right? NQ has a beautiful, 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 beautiful V-shape inversion. Absolutely beautiful. Okay? Absolutely beautiful. And let's say ES goes like over there. Like, it's obviously displacing away. This inversion is V-shape. This price action is V-shape. The only valid reason you would take this without a tap on ES is if one thing occurs on ES. One thing. And what is that? That's if ES is in what? A 5-minute gap. Okay? Y'all understand this shit? If ES is in this 5-minute gap right here, and we edge that 15-minute, and NQ is obviously displacing away, that's when you can take your inversion. Bang. That's when you take your inversion, okay? If we're only in a 5-minute. If we're not in the 5-minute, we edge the 15. Slightly sketch. Slightly sketch. What I want to see here is more of like an internal. So let's say we don't have a 5-minute, right? Then you have to look at this leg that caused the move up. What you're going to want to see in this leg here is some form of an internal SMT. So let's say we went like this. Like that. Bang. Okay? And then let's say, no, let's say this is down here. Like this. Okay? But let's say on ES, shit, it's like here. So what do we have right here? We have an SMT like that. Center, bottom. Like that. SMT right there. Like this. This is valid. This is fucking valid. Okay? Why? Because we expect this SMT to hold. We expect this SMT to hold. We're seeing obviously a displacement away from that 15-minute, and we're seeing displacement with a V-shape inversion on NQ. Alright? This is what you want to see. Alright? So, yeah, like that. What else am I going to talk about now? Let's make sure I'm recording. Alright, thank the Lord I'm recording. Okay, so yeah, this is valid here. What else do we want to see? Yeah, that's basically it. Oh yeah, I want to talk about 15 minutes. Let's go like this. Alright. Bearish 15-minute. Remove this. Bearish 15-minute. Bang. Okay, so with this current price scenario, right, we're going to want to see an inversion in this leg. An inversion in this leg. Now, what do I not want to see? Okay, what I don't want to see is us inverse a 5-minute like here. Oh, let's talk about break-evens at a 15, okay? So, we inverse like a 5-minute or something right there. And then we inverse like a 5-minute or something like right here, right? Taking a trade here is valid, like this. But you have a high likelihood of getting break-evened at this 15-minute. So, what do I want to see? I really would like to see more low time frame structure and more LR. Like this. So, a 5-minute is valid to the 15, but if there's a high likelihood you're going to get stopped out. So, what we really want to see is like more low time frame structure with a low time frame inversion. Like here. And then your best trade is going to be with that stop hunt, you know, once again, adding time to the equation, which you've talked about so much with like a PO3. 15-minute PO3 right here, like that, which you've talked about in the last module. So everyone should know what a PO3 is by now. And then you're going to want to see like this, targeting the 15-minute as your trade. This is it. This is your entry, okay? I really do not want to see like 5 minutes here. Like, this is kind of cooked, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. This is kind of cooked. All right. High likelihood of getting break even. Once again, we do want to see us go to DOL, but yeah. All right, some sauce for y'all. Anything else I want to talk about? Yeah, let's say there's like a 5-minute in the leg here. and then we don't interact with the 5 minute, and then we come down, internal low, same thing like that. Bang, take your entry, and boom, break even at the 5, target the 15. And then the way I play break evens here, as soon as we tap the 5, I go break even right away, okay? You're going to want to see us displace from this current point, like you're going to want to like stack your narrative. If you have really good narrative, you can hold after you tap the 5 minute. But in the best scenarios, you're going to want to go break even at the 5 and then take it to the 15. Pretty advanced shit right there. But once again, everyone in the mentorship, you should already understand what I'm saying at this point. But this is like ultimate entry criteria. So yeah, once again, I'm gonna end the module here. Hope y'all learned something today. This is probably some of the most sauce, or no, this is like, I've dropped some sauce in this module, but it's not the crazy sauce. I mean, it is pretty fucking crazy sauce, but yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'm gonna catch y'all later. You study this fucking module. Watch this shit like 5 times, I swear to God. Watch this shit 5 times, you're gonna be goated. Look for this shit at every entry, you're gonna be goated, and that's what I'm gonna say. Catch y'all later.